Hey guys, Lee from Connections Wellness Center. Happy fall, happy 11/11. Woohoo! Lots of big energies going on lately. I don't know if you've been feeling that, but I've been feeling super excited, and these energies have been really great for me. And I'll tell you why I think that is here in a little bit. But for some people, I've noticed that these energies for them are making them feel anxious, that nervous energy, kind of maybe even a little frustrated or irritable. So why is that? As we've all heard, it's the same neurotransmitters being released on our brain, whether we're excited or nervous. So what is causing that perspective or that response to be so different, even though it's the same stimulus and the same chemicals being released on our brain? So I'd like to talk about that, and then some simple things that you can actually do to shift this energy. So this all starts with the default mode network. Again, this is a pathway out of the amygdala, the limbic system. It's our old brain, or some people call it the reptilian brain, and this is where our fight or flight response lives. So this is designed to keep us safe, and it's supposed to be running in the background, kind of like malware on your computer. Like, you don't really notice it's there until a threat is presented, and then it gets activated, it takes care of the threat, and goes back to running in the background. This is how it works for most animals, and we can see this like in a deer. So it works really well in animals, just like it's supposed to, mostly because they don't have a really well-developed frontal cortex, so that works well for them. So example is a deer, and this has been very well studied. A predator comes, all the epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, cortisol, all the things get released that give them the ability to flee the predator. So as soon as they do that, they get away, they're safe, they go back to grazing, and you measure their cortisol levels. They have come back into homeostasis. You look at their brain waves, and they've gone from this high beta brain wave back down to delta waves and alpha waves, and come back into a state of calm. So, but for humans, on the other hand, this pathway does not seem to just run in the background. It seems to actually run people's experience a lot of times. And the problem is we're not being chased by lions most of the time. So these things that we're considering threats are not even real threats. And this system is being alerted maybe multiple times a day, and maybe staying on alert. These chemicals just keep getting circulated, and it's something like, I don't know, maybe you get embarrassed about something, and so when that happens, you get embarrassed, all the chemicals happen, and then for maybe days later, you're still ruminating about it, you're regretting it, you're in fear and self-criticism and all the things that could go wrong and happen because of this event, and it just keeps these chemicals going, which now starts to mean that our baseline is kind of this anxious kind of fear, and it's easily triggered. So in animals, like I said, they don't have like a deer doesn't have a really well developed frontal cortex. So what does that mean? Well, they don't have the ability to self-criticize, have regret, jealousy, all these things. The deer, I don't think when it runs away, it's sitting there criticizing itself, saying, damn it, I could have run faster, or why didn't I take a left at that one tree and around the rock? I could have got away from them so much quicker. I mean, man, no, a deer's not doing that. That's a human thing. So that's the good thing about not having a developed frontal cortex. For them, but for us, I mean, the utility of it is we have the ability to set goals, to meet those goals, and have dreams that get us excited. We can match that energy and use that energy to draw us forward. This is speeding up evolution like by multiples. So that's the really great thing about this newest part of evolution. But again, the downside is we can let it get totally out of control and just live in this pathway in fear, doubt, regret, self-criticism. So some simple things that the research shows that we can actually do to shift this has to do with our breath, because the thing that causes our interpretation is actually because when the stimulus happens, what do we usually do? We stop breathing, and then we go, we breathe really rapidly and shallowly, and this is causing the sympathetic nervous system to speed up our heart rate, raise our blood pressure. Now, once that happens, the cascade starts and you're in full fight or flight mode, maybe even having a panic attack. But what has been shown is that if you can immediately, or as soon as you notice this, actually start breathing slowly and deeply. And if you can, I say smile because it's causing serotonin to be released on your brain. But the action of breathing slowly and deeply is actually signaling your autonomic nervous system to lower your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, and you will feel yourself come into a state of calm. Now, the newest thing that I've learned is how great humming, singing, chanting, oming, these Om meditation practices are for our body. It turns out that when we're humming, this is actually causing the water in our body to come into a coherent pattern, and it is amazing. And that's why I think this week has been so great for me, because I always do a breathwork practice in the morning, but for the last week I've been humming on my exhale. And when you do this, try this, take a deep breath and then just hum it out. And you start to feel your whole, it kind of makes me laugh because it's a little tickly, but you start to feel your whole body vibrating, and it's vibrating in an organized way. It starts to feel very coherent and very calming. And maybe because I smile, I don't know, it makes me actually feel kind of ticklish and happy. So do try this. Try to focus on your breathing. Do not stop breathing. If you feel yourself get anxious, let that be a trigger to start breathing slowly and deeply. And what the studies have shown is that by about the fourth breath, this is going to actually start to shift your interpretation of what's happening. You might go from fear and anxiety, you start breathing, and then you might actually start switching to curiosity and consideration that, wow, maybe this is something new and exciting that I would actually like to try. So I hope this helps. I hope you try it out. Let us know if you're how it works for you, either the breathing, the humming, the singing. Let us know what works for you, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.